Yo, let me see what up with these. $1,600 for a JPEG? What about these ones? Aw, no way, they're just JPEGs too. Just a selfie of a dude in the ocean. For 500 bucks? Nah, I'm gonna make one. Bet you I could do better. My name is Bjorn, and I just really wanted to make a time lapse on my film camera, but there's a lot of shitty NFTs out there. I mean, if NFT is a non-fungible token, it can't be traded or equal to anything else. Every negative is already a kind of NFT. I don't understand the desire to own that in a digital space when you could own it in the physical one, and it's way cooler. Let me show you what I mean. Here's some film shots I took the other day, and you see each shot is almost immortalized on a piece of film. And you can do really cool things with pieces of film that you can't do with NFTs. Like, you can make darkroom prints, or you can even enlarge the photos also in the darkroom, which is a lot of fun. I'm not sure what you could do with an NFT, but presumably there's some sort of exclusive aspect to owning one, like give you something physical. Just anything that makes it more than an image would be cool. So I hope those NFTs I just showed you were more than just a JPEG, because that would be pretty lame. Anyways, after saying all that, I'm gonna be a complete hypocrite and go out and make an NFT. I've always been interested in the idea of making a time lapse on film. If you're to make a time lapse on film, you'd use something like a big motion picture camera and some sort of mechanical device which clicks the shutter button in every couple seconds. Kind of like what people would use to swipe infinitely on Tinder these days. I don't have a film motion picture camera, but I do have my 35mm. What if I tried to make a time lapse with that? How do you digitize and make into a video all of those 36 frames? That's probably going to be the hardest part. So I think that's enough said. Let's go, come with me. We're going to take a ride to the Sydney harbour. So I showed up to the spot which I wanted to shoot my time lapse in, but it turns out it was closed due to some event or something. This guy was pretty cool about it. But this chick yelled at me. I don't know why. Anyways, I think it ended up being a good thing because there were a lot of people at this spot and they're in my frame, so it added a lot of movement and interest to my time lapse. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't in any nicer clothes here, but like, it was New Year's Day anyway, and I had a pretty rough night the night before, so give me a break. Taking a time lapse isn't as simple as just setting your camera up, especially not when you're me and you gotta get everything perfect. So there's a few things I use to help me out here. The first is just a simple cable release, and that just lets me trip the shutter without having to actually touch the camera. Next thing I used was a circular polarizer. what this did for me was just brought down the light a little bit, as well as bring out like really nice blues in the sky, and they cut through a lot of haze that's present in cities. Next, I used a graduated neutral density filter. GNDs are really important because if you shoot slide film and you get any sky in your frame, it's just going to be completely blown out if you're not bringing the brightness of the sky down. So with all that, I was ready to shoot, and I just needed to set my phone to intervals of 5 seconds, and I was ready to shoot 36 exposures in 180 seconds. And yeah, that's it. It's as easy as that. I gave the lab my film last week, and I was just going to wait for the mailman to bring it to me. Hold on, let me get that.
Delivery for IC Wiener.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Sign, please.
Damn. All right, let's scan this. Let's get to work. The first thing I did was to scan in the first 5 frames of my roll of film, and I did this 5 frames at a time. Now, when you're scanning, especially when you're scanning at home, there's a lot of dust. So I use this tool in my scanning software called SRDX, and I adjust the threshold for what the software thinks is dust. But the problem here is that the software thinks that the real elements of my picture are dust, which they're not. So the solution is to create a mask. And now it selects real dust in the sky, but not real dust, not in the sky. After my first scan, I just had to have a quick once over, make sure everything's okay, and it looked like it was, so I kept scanning. The scans actually take a long time when you're doing it in high resolution. But eventually I finished. And I'm done. So I finally finished that. I really don't know how I'm going to get this time lapse to work. I have a few ideas. All of them are going to require a lot of work. So let's get into this. Next step was to put all the scans into Lightroom. And I didn't have to do much here because I got it right in the scan. But something that did really annoy me was all this green. What that green is actually reflections happening inside my scanner. So they're not actually there on the film, and I wanted to get rid of them. Next, I had to straighten out every one of my scans, so they're completely level. There was no simple way of doing this, so I just kind of lined it up by eye in the artboard until I was happy with everything. And then I don't know why I did this, but I put all my scans together in this one long continuous image with all of my 36 frames in it. I thought I would need this for some reason, but I didn't. But it's still pretty cool. I created a clipping mask for all 60 frames and ended up with each individual frame of my time lapse. Finally, I put it into Premiere and I finished my time lapse. Wait, there's something missing. Yeah, that's more like it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. The time-lapse is on OpenSea now as an NFT, so make sure you check it out. As a physical bonus, if you buy the NFT, you get the uncut roll of slide film, which you saw me working with earlier. Also, if you like rare shit, you'll get one 6x7 slide every month for 12 months. And I don't sell my slides, so this is the only way you can get them. Though I'm here talking to myself right now, it's pretty crazy. When I started this project, I was really just thinking about like, how am I gonna like turn film into a time lapse and make it an NFT? But in reality, I mean, I finished that back in January and it's almost April now. So I've been working on this video for a long time. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, comment anyways. Tell me what you didn't like, because I'm gonna make more of these. The next one won't take 3 months to make. Yeah, it's not gonna take 3 months. Most of the videos on here are gonna be about film photography, but it might just be other stuff I like. Peace. Recording. And what do we have now?
I see wiener.
Just fuck.